everybody, Rob here from Making Spirits Bright, and I have a new unboxing and review for you today. This is not an inflatable, which if you are new to my channel, that is what I tend to typically review about 90% of the time. But today is actually a Halloween animatronic, and Home Depot has really kind of hit it out of the ballpark this season with all their Halloween offerings, from the 12-foot Inferno skeleton to the 12-foot skeleton to several other items as well. So this is actually going to be the Man-Eating Plant Animatronic. And so what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you the box, take it out of the box, build it, put it together, and plug it in and give you a good review of its animation. And I'm also going to do a Rob rating on it. On all the inflatable unboxings I do, I always do a Rob rating. Basically, I do value, design, and wow factor. It's a total out of 30. So we're going to look at the Rob rating on this one as well. All right, so let's take a look at the box. Okay, so it comes in just a big brown Home Depot box. At least, I don't know if there's another box on the inside or not, but this is the box that showed up on my doorstep today. But as you can see, it's 22 pounds, Man-Eating Plant. It's got the item number on it. On the top, it just has like basically the directions on how to put it together. So, like I said, we'll be doing that in this video. Then as we go around the box, just basic brown box. So nothing too exciting. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're actually gonna open this thing up. So inside, we actually have the real box. So let's take this out. Okay, so here you can actually see the box. It's from the Rotten Patch collection, Home Accent Holidays. Here's a good view on the size of this one. So it's 6 feet tall. It is supposed to be available in stores. It has the Easy Find button, which is typical of anything you're going to find at the store in Home Depot. Just take a walk around the sides. Pretty much the same thing. This is a good view here. And then on the top, there's the top. So yeah, you can kind of see he's got, glowing eyes. This, will be plastic, of course. He's got fake leaves. And then he's got basically what appears to be cloth that gives him kind of that, stalk or stem look. And then, of course, he is animated. All right, so let's get this opened up. Okay, so let's look inside the box. First thing we come across, it looks like probably some type of adapter maybe, and then some shrubbery, and looks like the actual plant stem cloth thing. So put that aside. Here comes a couple of the leaves. Big leaves. Those are probably a good 3 feet. Here is his head. So there's his head there. It's a pretty good look. Top part is pretty solid. Bottom part is very, very papery. Very, very thin. You can see he's got wires protruding from him that you use to connect him to the parts that make him move. And then inside you also have basically the metal stand, and you got zip ties holding a lot of this together. And then you have the directions on the bottom. So I'm gonna remove those zip ties and get everything put out on this table, and we'll take a better look at what's inside. Okay, so here is everything pretty much laid out on the table. Oops, sorry for that footage. So obviously you have the head here, and he's about maybe 14 inches across. And then you've got the, I don't know what to call it, the sheath for his stem. You've got the plug or the DC adapter. You've got two felty leaves. You got the instructions, which are kind of big but simple. And then you have what basically makes up, I'll zoom out, his stand and his animation mechanisms. All right, so the next thing to do is to put all of this together. Okay, so here he is all put together. It took me a little while to put them together, and it was mainly operator error. I strongly suggest when you are doing the directions that you pay attention to the letters, because it will make life a lot easier. I just glanced at the instructions and tried to put it together, and it could have went a lot smoother if I had paid attention. So overall, he looks pretty good. Like, he looks good. Even though this is cloth, you really can't tell, you know? And there's a little gap down here. You have to do a lot of adjusting on some of this to make it, you know, fit really well everywhere. But it's got like the vines that you can mold and put how you want to put them. Then his face looks pretty good. Like, top's nice and solid. His eyes look good. This, like I said, is really flimsy, but it may be designed that way. It may need to be really light so that the jaw moves. All right, so I'm going to take a look at all his animations next. Okay, so he has a sensor, and that sensor is right there. And you just poke that through from the other side. But here are his animations.
Boy, you look delicious. Candy, your candy looks delicious, is what I meant to say. Please, come sit near me and pass some time in my shade. Oh, food. I'm starving. Nom, 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 nom. Oh, my
They're
apologies.
just like flashes. It's kind of like
I
this.
bloom on Halloween night. The moonlight wakes me up, and my vines and tendrils creep outward in search of nutrients. Perhaps a large morsel for me to devour whole. I love Halloween, don't you? Who, me? No, I haven't seen your neighbor. Pardon me, my manners. No, I haven't seen your cat either. Ah, there she is. Oh, I'm getting very sleepy. This always happens after I've had such a large meal. Lucky for you, I'm not hungry anymore because you look so tasty. I could swallow you in one bite. Nom, 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 nom.
So far that's 4 sets of phrases.
Boy, you look delicious.
There he goes again.
Candy, your candy looks delicious is what I meant to say.
All right. So yeah, you can see the eyes lit up, and the mouth, the bottom just kind of wiggles. So like the torso kind of moves side to side, and the mouth just wiggles, but it still does its job. I mean, it looks good enough. It makes the illusion of him actually talking. So yeah, overall this one's really pretty nice. So this was sold at Home Depot for $129.99. So I'm going to give this a rating on value, design, and wow factor. So for value, again, it's $129. It's got 4 different sets of phrases. It's got the eyes that light up, the torso that moves, the mouth that jiggles. Really, that's a pretty good value. Originally, it was going to be $99, which would have been a steal. But for $129, it's still a pretty good deal for this type of animatronic. So I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. Design, it's a nice design. They do a really nice job camouflaging it to look like a actual giant man-eating plant. So the design is really nice. So I'm also going to give that an 8 out of 10. And wow factor, like how big of an attention getter is this going to be? The thing I like about this and what drew me to it is the phrases he says are really kind of funny. Like it's nothing too scary or freaky. It's just kind of funny, and it fits him pretty well. So I think for wow factor, I think he will get a lot of attention, and we'll give him an 8 out of 10 for wow factor as well. So that brings the Rob rating for this guy up to a 24 out of 30, which if you look up here in the corner, you can see that's definitely something you probably want to pick up. If you're new to animatronics, this might be a really good one to add to your display. He'll fit really well in with any trees or shrubbery that you might already have in your yard. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, would always appreciate a subscribe. Make sure you comment, like, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.
Say, please come sit near me and pass some time in my shade. Oh, food! I'm starving!